Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Amon Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leading rusher, and you're watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Packer content. Go Pack, go!
What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. Unbelievable. Look at Emilio. Can't even have his camera on as soon as we go live. This is unbelievable. My name's Clayton. Welcome into PTA. That's Jacob. That's Tim. Emilio is somewhere being irresponsible right now. We appreciate everybody tuning in with us. Check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Tonight is Chalk Talk, Week 15 edition, as we're going to break down 18 of the most important plays from the Packers' loss to the Denver Broncos. A lot of good in there, a lot of bad. It's going to be a fun one to break down. Before we get into that, we're going to hit the injury report as well, as we got some huge news coming out of Chicago in terms of the players that are going to be out for this game against the Packers on Saturday night. So we'll give you all those details as well. Before we do, if you guys would do that YouTube stuff for us, hit like, hit subscribe. If this is your first time tuning into PTA, welcome. Thank you for making us part of your evening. We're not experts, we're not insiders, we're not media members, we're fans just like you talking Packers on a daily basis. So if you're looking for that type of content, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and make sure you click that bell icon so you know every time we do go live. So, boys, everybody doing okay? I know we got Jacob back in here. He's out of witness protection. How's everybody doing?
Full house formation, baby. Happy to be back talking ball with you boys.
Seriously, full house. Been a couple days. I'm ready.
Yeah, Jacob, sir.
Yeah, apologize for my absence. This is kind of the busy season at my work. Not that work, but if anybody is around the western Wisconsin area, you guys are probably seeing this blizzard craziness that's happening right now. It's pretty nuts, pretty gnarly.
There you go. Everybody stay safe out there. Stay warm. Of course, Jacob will make sure the ladies stay warm. But let's jump into it. The injury report. Kind of good news for the Packers, in my opinion. I want to get your all's take on it. Tom Silverstein tweeted out, 10 players are questionable for the Packers. That sounds horrible on the surface, right? But going through here on what changed, Kingsley Enagbare missed with an illness today. That's a little tough. Maybe he won't be ready to go. I imagine he probably got what Emmanuel Wilson had last week, so at least Emmanuel Wilson will probably be 100% this week. And the other things that changed, Colin Oliver limited full participation. He's listed as questionable. Do we get to see Colin Oliver this week? That's going to be fun to find out. Micah Parsons officially went on the injured reserve list, so we kind of expected that. Season-ending IR. And, of course, Jaden Reed missed yesterday with a personal matter. He was back today, full participation. So essentially what we got in the questionable category here is we got Chris Brooks, Brenton Cox Jr., Kingsley Enagbare, Josh Jacobs, Darian Kennard, Colin Oliver, Zach Tom, Christian Watson, Evan Williams, and Dontavion Wicks. So it sounds like, just kind of reading the tea leaves, Evan Williams probably won't go on Saturday. It's kind of what I'm expecting. And then hopefully Zach Tom is good to go. Of course, I haven't heard anything there as well. These are going to be game time decisions. Obviously, John Williams, they opened up that 21-day window as well to practice. He is officially listed as out. And then, of course, Savion Williams was limited all week until today, in which he was full participation. So we might actually get to see some Savion Williams come Saturday night. What's your all's take? We'll go around the horn. We'll start with you, Emilio. How do you feel about the injury report? Anything stick out to you? Anything I missed there?
Yeah, long one, but not terrible. You got a couple of, your good guys on there. Obviously, that's going to happen. We're at the end of the season. Everyone's dealing with something. But, hey, if we can have half of the questionables out there, I think we're in good shape. Kind of just depending on who that would be. But, even still, you would need Chris Brooks. You'd need an Enagbare if you can. We need the edge. You need another back, take a little bit off Josh. All these things are going to stack up, and they all matter. But not horrible, but big game against the Bears, so we need everybody on deck.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it looks worse than it is, Tim.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it, man?
Me? Oh, my bad. Savion Williams being a full participant, that's awesome, considering that Scoot's banged up right now. Looking forward to seeing him potentially play. And I'm with you. I think Evan Williams is probably writings on the wall. He's probably not going to go. But the rest of these questionables, I'd like to think most of them are gonna make a go of it. Kingsley Enagbare with the illness, though, that's the one you want to watch. But we need everyone available right now at this point in time. I mean, the Bears are a little banged up too, which is, I guess, good news, for us Packer fans. But I think most of the questionables are probably going to at least try and make a go of it.
Jacob, what about you, man?
I mean, honestly, this is a kind of, I haven't talked to you guys in a minute. The last time I did, I'm pretty sure that our edge room was considered one of the best rotations in the league. My, how the turntables. So you guys may be surprised by this, but I want to see Brenton Cox Jr. out there in the rotation along with Kingsley and Igbare. Maybe if we can get LVN in there as well. And then, the guy's point, I mean, if we could see a guy like Colin Oliver, who maybe is a little bit of a tweener, I mean, that would definitely help kind of fill some of the gaps that Micah is absolutely going to be leaving open. So hopefully Cox can fill that.
He is a G. He's thick.
The old double whammy there. Love it. You love to see
What I will say to that, Jacob, is Halfley's presser yesterday, he was talking about how like he does it part to whole on his defense when he gets him out there. So it's like, all right, everybody's going to learn part A, part B, part C, part D. That way we can move everybody around before you even get to a call. And you're right, we get a guy back out there like Cox, I think we're cruising. But yeah, and also I guess the only one that makes me happy, MG being out there full participation with the wrist. That's huge, man. Like he was saying in his, to block, you need your wrist. To catch a ball, you need your wrist. To, get off a block, anything. So I'm glad he's feeling better.
Yeah, you need that wrist to hand out all those shoes and coats to all the kids that he's been doing with his charity work too. Big shout out to Matthew Golden, man. Yeah,
no, it's awesome seeing him out there making a difference for sure, man. He's definitely a Packer through and through. All right, the big news today, gents. Obviously, this caught me kind of off guard. I kind of expected Rome Odunze to be ready to go. He is listed officially as out. Did not participate all week. I thought they'd be resting him up to get him back out there. This is a huge game for the Bears, as it is for the Packers. And then, of course, Luther Burden, who's been playing well this year, had an ankle injury last week against Cleveland. He did not participate all week. He is officially listed as out, along with a linebacker whom I cannot pronounce his name. So they've got 3 players out here, 2 of which are starting wide receivers. Your deep threat in Rome Odunze and Luther Burden, kind of that tough yak guy underneath. I think that's going to be huge. It's going to play a big role in this game. And it's almost like one of those things where it's kind of give and take, right, Jacob? You look up and you go, okay, Evan Williams will probably miss this game. There's a chance that there's going to be a couple of other Packers, but they're going to be down Rome Odunze. They're going to be down Luther Burden, kind of a push here. I think it's still going to come down to a 1-score game, as the Chicago Bears are officially favorites now, 1-point favorites, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we had such a deep draft, and people can complain about certain draft picks and them not having an opportunity early to play. But it's nice to know that as people start to fall, I mean, the NFL stands for not for long. You got to be able to next guy man up mentality. Like Amelia was talking about, I think that Golden has just kind of been baiting his time, waiting. He talked about that wrist injury and how much he does actually do for this team. And now it's time for him maybe to have a little more spotlight on him. But to your point on the Bears, man, definitely didn't expect to have them without Burden and Rome. And it looks like Tremaine Edmonds not necessarily a full go. And that groin injury, anytime you get one of those, I don't got to tell you guys, but for real though, him at the middle linebacker position, I believe that both their coaches and our coaches said that he's pretty much the heart and soul of that defense. So if he for some reason can't go, that's a big plus in our factor.
Yeah. A lot of key factors here for this one for sure. And I see people asking about Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, I think, will be a game time decision. That's what it sounds like. He's listed as questionable, but he should be a game time decision.
But he's only missed, I think it happened this year, but 1 game as a Packer since he's been here. And that was fighting it too. So I would say, questionable, but if he's got 70% of health, I'm getting he's out there.
Yeah, definitely. So there you go. There's your Packers-Bears latest injury report. Going to be really, really interesting to see how this one unfolds as we get closer to game day. Hopefully all those questionables are active on game day. I doubt they all will be. Again, I think Evan Williams will be out in this game. I think there's a decent chance that our boy Zach Tom will miss this game as well. And then Josh Wiley was listed as out with the concussion. So we no surprise there, as we expected that to
the only one on the Bears that's got me wondering is Swift. Do we know how bad that groin is or no?
Yeah. I don't know, man, but that's know how those things go.
I mean, their running game turns out yards. They're not bad at running it. It's been working well for them. They have a 2-headed monster, kind of like what he did over there with the Lions. So if you don't have that, where do you lean on, especially not having 2 of your top receivers two of the go-to receivers. So I think that would be big. And again, a groin, it's not like that's one that can pop right back up, no problem. Like you could just go plant wrong in the game, and it could give you an issue. So
Jacob knows all too well groins can pop up at any second. You know what I mean? That's just the way that goes. So again, man, I think, like you said there, the thing that makes the running game so effective is DeAndre Swift and Monangai, right?
Yeah.
Well, if one of those are out and the other has to carry the workload, I agree with you, Amelia. I think it could take a pretty big hit there in terms of production. So we'll keep an eye on it, though, and we'll see, get you guys the actives, inactives, all that stuff as soon as they come available. If they do, for some reason, mention one of these questionable, sometimes it gets leaked out through Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter. We'll make sure we break the news and get that info in your all's hands. And, of course, we got football everywhere. I mean, my goodness, I think there's NFL football tomorrow night, I believe, if I remember correctly. I know there's college football playoffs tomorrow, I think. And then Saturday, of course, we got an early game. And then our game is the late game wrapping up there in the prime.
College ball on Saturday, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Packer Dogs asks the important question here. Can we quote Mr. Emilio and clip that, please? Can we please clip that?
I think we might be able to do that. We might be able to make that happen. We'll see.
Walk me right into that one. That's tough.
That's the way it goes, man. All right, there you go. There's your injury report. If you're watching this video back later, let us know in the comments. How do you feel about that injury report? Do you think that the Bears are going to miss Luther Burden and Rome Odunze? Do you think DeAndre Swift is going to be banged up and limited on carries if he plays at all? We want to hear from you in the comments. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you don't miss a future stream when we do go live. All right, let's get into it, boys. Are we ready here? Are we ready to do some chalk talk here this evening? I'm fired up for this one, man. There's a lot.
Get ready to go.
There you go. We are ready, Ben, sir. So we've got 18 plays we're going to be breaking down. We're going to try to go fast so it doesn't run too far over, and I don't get in trouble with the misses. You guys just confirm that you can hear this or see this for me. Can y'all good there? All right. All right. We'll try to get it zoomed in a little bit more if possible. I'll tell you, sometimes it gets a little funky out here. Let's see. Is that any better? It is not, is it? Right there, probably about the best we can. All right. So here's the deal. With the internet here lately, right, here at my place, it's been – you remember the other night I dropped off on the live stream? What's going on is the internet will temporarily lose connection for whatever reason. It usually lasts about 3 or 4 minutes, and it comes back. So if that happens, you guys just keep talking. I'll see if I can hop back in here. Usually when it happens, it doesn't do it back-to-back times. So, again, the extension cord running out of the holler here just needs
to get the squirrels off that thing, Clay. Come on.
I'm telling you. All right, so here we go, guys. Chalk Talk Week 15 against the Denver Broncos. Drop a tough one on the road, 34-26. The middle eight. Green Bay wins the middle eight, 17-7. Denver ends up winning the turnover differential 2-1. That ends up being essentially the difference in the game, in my opinion. So we got 18 plays to break down. We're going to pick up with a positive here. First quarter, 11:46 left, 0-0, 3rd and 1 at Green Bay's 49-yard line, so right at midfield. This is Micah Parsons playing the 4-eye position, playing defensive tackle. I thought he didn't play the run well, guys. So this is just going to be a little inside run here, and Micah's going to take care of the whole thing. Look how small he looks up there on that front with everybody else. And it's just wild to watch him blow people up on the line of scrimmage. It's a 4-3 look. I call this 4-3 flat, where you've got backers walked up on both sides. Essentially, we used to call it flat line. So it's almost like a goal line formation, right, out of a 4-3 base. But here we go. This is a 3rd and 1. Huge play early on for sure. Let's roll the tape. Watch Micah up top like a damn animal, man. I can't wait till we get him back next year. So, look, he's already – in the gap, taking on that bit. Look at the guard or the tackle cannot move him at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just stout at the point of attack. Look at him, fight him off, grab the ball carrier, strip the ball, force fumble, Packers ball. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Edgerrin Cooper that might have recovered that if I remember correctly. But watch him right here. Watch Micah on this play right here. You're talking about this is a speed rusher playing defensive tackle. And again, this is a 4-eye. Some will call it a 3. I would call it a 4-eye. He's kind of on the inside shoulder of the tackle here, and watch him battle through, hold the point of attack on 1 foot, essentially, strip the ball. Great play there by Michael Parsons. Boys, I thought he couldn't play the run.
I thought so too. Crazy because they had the leverage in the hat count over there and everything. The only other thing they didn't account for is Micah having the leverage on that tackle. Look how low he's able to get. Stand the dude vertically up. Where's your power? And just, put him on a highlight reel right there.
Yeah, great play here. So really nothing fancy about it. It's just Micah holding the point. I mean, he's literally bench pressing a 300-pound lineman backwards. Notice how watch the lineman go backwards there. It's just wild. So
I mean,
You
that's
see the
crazy.
quick hands too. We talk about Micah's speed, with his footwork, but you see the hands too. Off and on, not grabbing. Quick engagement, quick disengagement, and then off to the ball carrier, and then making a play. Just incredible.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jake.
No, Tim, that's basically what I was going to say. This is like textbook what you should teach. Even what's crazy is any member on the D-line, let alone a guy that's supposed to be an edge rusher, coming inside, engaging, like Tamilo's point, doing the leverage, ripping past the block, engaging the ball carrier, and then ripping the ball out. Like, what more do you want him to do? He didn't recover it. I guess that's his only, he didn't recover it.
Yeah.
What a bomb.
Yeah,
so there you go. That's how you start the game off. As soon as we got that turnover, I went, bam, there we go, baby. +1. Turnover differential. Let's put this thing to bed early, right? So Green Bay would end up getting a field goal out of that. Green Bay goes up 3-0. Now let's fast forward. First quarter, 4:10 left. Green Bay up 3-0. Second and 8 from their own 5. This is Jordan Love, the Luke Musgrave. Call out the mistakes as we go, guys. If I miss something or I misspeak here, we got 12 ace nasty, strong left, twins right, cross corners mesh. When I seen cross corners mesh together, I went, oh my goodness, Matt LaFleur in his bag. And then we got a T swing off to the right as well. So again, the T swing, you guys know what it is. The running back just going to run a little swing route here. When we go cross corners, essentially what we got with the mesh is the U and the Z running mesh. So you got Christian Watson underneath running the shallow, and you've got the U underneath running the shallow, right? So they're looking to mesh in the middle here. You're trying to run these guys into each other. Remember, we talked all week, if they play outside leverage, then you're going to run cross corners. If they play inside leverage, run cross, or if they play inside leverage, run cross corners. If they play outside leverage, run crossers. Well, here you see it's probably choice route aspect, but what you got is with the cross corners is Dobby cross corner, and then here with the Y, same thing, Luke Musgrave cross corner, and he was running butt naked through the trailer park. If Jordan Love is protected a little bit longer, he can get this ball in stride to Luke Musgrave. Watch how much space he's got. This is Matt LaFleur absolutely scheming it up right here. So look at the cross corner, put the foot in the ground. Look at Musgrave right now. Look at that. All that space out here. Look at all this out here, boys. Now, again, Jordan's already getting hit. The ball's kind of on the way, so he had to rush it a bit, right, to get that thing out of there. Musgrave does a great job kind of laying out and making the grab. You'd love to see him continue running in that direction and catch that in stride, but at the same time, he kind of gets flat knowing it's all space, right, and then has to make an adjustment on the ball to kind of lay out for it. I'm just glad he caught it, to be honest with you. But you guys, you see what I'm talking about with cross corner and mesh?
Yeah, this is Matt LaFleur scheming guys open, textbook.
Yeah, love it. And again, watch Jordan. This is why Jordan couldn't put a better ball on him. He feels that pressure. Had to kind of short arm it there at the end, right?
Sean Ryan, unbelievable.
I was going to say, what are our thoughts on Sean Ryan?
Just die a little bit slower there. Need another half second there. I'll
tell you who else had a bad game, boys. I hate to do it to him, but this guy right here, pass protection, it was ugly. Every single play, I was like, God, whose guy was that? Oh, no, that's painful. So, again, yeah, Sean Ryan, you got to, like you said, Emilio, die a little bit slower.
Just can't get across the face. If you're snapping at dudes on your left shoulder, you just can't get your face crossed and still get beat in the same motion. I bet Musgrave probably brings it. I mean, he almost could probably take it to the house. I'd love to see him in an open foot race with the ball. And you know what I mean? Like, give him a chance to run down the sideline and outrun people, because I bet he probably make it there.
I feel like that little extra hitch. I wonder if Jordan was thinking of hammering that under to scoot right here coming across, and then he just picked the go ball up top in the open space.
Right.
Once you decide on cross corner, it kind of becomes a high-low read.
High-low read,
you're hitting
right.
second windows, yeah. Go ahead, Jacob. What were you going to say, bub?
No, I agree exactly with that. I kind of thought what Tim was thinking, that at the last second, he's like, oh, I got a guy running naked through the trailer park, so let's just try to – and I really do think that Musgrave, he does house that. I mean, we forget how much of an athlete he is.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right, Clay. I'm sorry, Sean Ryan. Just move over to the right a little bit and just send the guy into Banks, because the dude was just –
Banks was looking for something to do.
I think that happened to Belton later in the game too, where man was just like, you don't get a hand on anybody, and it's tough, right? However you're picking your protection or setting it or whatever, but
Yeah, he's looking.
At least he
work.
stayed home and didn't get ineligible downfield and screw it up for us. So we'll take that.
Banksy looked like me in the kitchen looking for those little Debbie Christmas tree cakes. You know
Where
what I'm
maybe
saying?
put them on top of the fridge? No.
Yeah, no, she's hiding it from my old piece ass. That's what she's doing. That's exactly what's going on. So yeah, again, Jordan. It's easy to look at that and go, "Oh, you got to throw a better ball," and then you watch the protection back. It's like, "Oh boy," you just do the best you can with that particular situation. So again, that's an explosive play, though. Let's fast forward now. First quarter, 3:23 left. You mark these off as we go, or we'll get mixed up. 3:23 left. Green Bay up 3-0. 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. This is Jordan Love to Romeo Doubs. This was the Jacob Morley sicko throw of the week. The play call is 12 ace dub nasty. You cheat to H, 24 fake max protect, 65 Y leak. And let's talk about what the motion does here. 12 ace nasty, right? We're going to dub nasty look here. So you got a 2x2 set. Now watch the U is going to cheat to the H position in the I formation, essentially, right? And he doesn't really come set. It's a cheat motion. When they snap the ball, essentially he would be somewhere around where the fullback would be or the H-back would be in an I. We're going to go 24 fake, right, which is going to be B gap right. You could see A gap right as well. It's an inside zone fake, essentially. We're going max protect with the H and the T. They're going to stay in and block. And then 65 is your route numbers on the route tree. Okay, 6 is going to be a dig, so the Z is going to run a dig, and then you're going to have the Z. Actually, I've got him listed as the Z because of the U. I probably got that mixed up there, to be honest with you. Of course, Romeo typically does play the X down here, but we'll just roll with it. So you're going to have a dig, right, and then the X is going to run an out. Okay, Z digs up top, and then the X is going to run an out, if I remember correctly. So you're going like this right here is essentially what you got. That's the 65, and with the Y leak is going to be a chip, and at the last second, he's going to look to get underneath, right? Again, it's going to be a 24 fake, B gap right fake. And notice the cheat motion just to set up a little max protect. Everybody in there helps sell off the edge. Great job by Emmanuel Wilson just buying a little time. There you see the dig setting up. Jordan, for whatever reason, he comes off the dig. I kind of wish he was stuck with it there, right here. That looks like it'd be the safer throw, although 47 is starting to get a little depth there. So maybe that's what he's seen. And then he looks at Rome and goes, you know what? When I see the back of the numbers, right, the number on the back of the plate, just like Aaron Rodgers used to do, hum it right by their ear, right? And you see just throws it up. Look at Dobbs making a great adjustment. That reminds me of the throw in Pittsburgh. You guys remember that play in Pittsburgh this year?
Yes, sir.
Just throwing a guy open. You can really see it from the end zone cam here, though.
I just caught the ball.
So let's watch it. There's your fake, right? Emmanuel Wilson picked up the protection as much as he could. Jordan Love off the back foot. Look at the placement of that ball, boys. That's elite arm talent. When we talk about elite arm talent, that's what we're talking about. You're talking about a fadeaway throw outside and still puts it right on the freaking money. Just wild.
Great job by Emmanuel Wilson getting enough of a chip there, too, to buy him that time there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, do you think Fitzpatrick should have had more man-on-man with that guy so that Wilson doesn't have to just kind of make a last-ditch effort chip there? Because if you watch Fitzy –
yeah, if you know Emmanuel Wilson's helping in the protection, you always want to err on the side inside as opposed to out. Is how they teach it. But I can understand what you're saying there. Hindsight being 2020, they probably told him, hey, look, you had plenty of hats in the middle. Probably need to fan out and help a little bit there.
Also, that was what's his name, right?
Yep.
There's I can't remember. I already forgot. Their star edge rusher, so you probably want a couple hats on them. Make sure.
Benito.
Thank you, Benito. Yeah. You probably want to make sure that you got a couple hats on him, but yeah, it looks almost like a wham play where he's getting a little depth and then coming back upfield, but you got to make sure you get the ball snapped before he's heading forward.
Yeah, that's a great point.
You're right, though, Clay. Elite ball placement by Jordan here. This is either a completion or it's incomplete going out of bounds. Real safe throw into coverage.
Yeah, for sure. And again, man, this is one of those, I personally don't like this concept where you just got to dig in the out, essentially. I don't like that, but they're expecting everybody to kind of clamp up, probably hit the dig over the middle and get some yak, I would imagine. But again, man, it's just a kind of a tough look. Right there, you can see why Jordan didn't want to dump that thing. He had those two rat defenders underneath, but great throw there to Romeo Doubs. Kind of made something out of nothing. I personally didn't like the concept, though. So, again, though, that's 26 yards. That would lead to another Green Bay field goal. So now Green Bay leads 6-0. Second quarter, 8:19 left. 3rd and 3 at Green Bay's 20-yard line. This is the Bo Nix touchdown pass to Bandy, which makes it Denver 7, Green Bay 6. Let's talk about what goes wrong on this play, and I want everybody to help me kind of dissect this here. Tell me if you see the same thing. We got a nickel 3-3-5. We're going 55 joker, guys. Look at this. So we got a little joker look playing what we call joker 2. He's playing a 2-tech. So he's not in that A gap, right? Playing a 1-tech. So we got 55 joker 2, 29 spur, which is going to be the curl flat at the bottom. You see 29 rotating down late. He's going to be looking to play the curl/flat right here, right? He's kind of in this area here. I think it's cover 3 sky. Typically we cover 3 sky. The corners cover deep third, post, deep center, and then the safety that's buzzing the box will go, like I said, to the curl flat down here. That's what it looks like to me. So again, nickel 3-3-5, 55 joker 1, 29 spur, cover 3 sky. And let's roll the tape. And this is, I'm almost positive it's not match on this play. It's just simply spot drop. That looks like spot drop to me so far, right? You guys agree? So here's the problem. You guys know I love my boy Carrington. What the hell are you doing sprinting in here, bub? This is your area out here. And I understand you want to help. You want to go looking for work, but they're looking to create this separation here. So rolling it back, it's easy to go, oh, Bullard got out of position. Bullard should be over here a little bit more too, don't get me wrong. But Carrington should have been over here playing this thing down, in my opinion, because there's no match here. Emilio, I don't see any match at all. Do you?
No, it almost looks like they got a flood concept, and then they were just like, screw it, I'm going to throw a drag the opposite way just in case that everyone, is hammering it. And, yeah, you're overloading it. You got, you got a spot route in the middle there. You got 2 curls that just kind of sit down, and you worry, you forget because you're worried about the guy that just stopped right in front of you. You worry about the dude crossing your face. But, yeah, I think Carrington he should at least be on the numbers. I don't need you on the inside hash there.
Yeah. And again, we get mad when people don't go looking for work, but this is the byproduct of going looking for work, right? I mean, you got to be able to anticipate any of that stuff underneath, right? Like you've got to know Quay's got the curl there, the slur or whatever it is, right? He's got that covered. Don't worry about that with number 1. You got to get to your spot over there. It was just way too late.
At near the end of the play, when Quay collapses down on the little drag that stopped on the curl, that would have been open for over the top, right over his head. That guy on the hash marks, but no, I think you just got a little bit too inside.
Yeah. So and Jeff Hafley's defense here too. Obviously calling a defensive plays. We called a ton of spot drop. We called a ton of match. We called man coverage. You're going to see every defense get burnt that we called essentially. So. He was trying a little bit of everything there. You see Micah kind of flushing Bo Nix out. Great throw on the run there, too, by Bo. Bo's a hell of a quarterback, man. He really is.
And then you put Bullard in the spot, right, Jacob, where am I running after the quarterback or am I going to play the pass?
Right, exactly. And you got to kind of do it in between, right? So, and he's expecting Carrington to be over there, too. Watch his reaction at the end. You'll kind of notice he's probably a little more aggressive to take Bo. Like, okay, if we give that flat, Carrington should be over there. No, Carrington's out of spot, right? So that's why Bull's kind of like, what the heck just happened? Mm-hmm. So, again, it's tough. It's a tough look, but, that's how you beat zone, though, right, is you create these concepts to get them to sit in space, and you got another guy who's got momentum carrying out of that zone. Does that make sense?
Yep.
You're always looking to overload those zones as well. So, obviously, that touchdown gives Denver a 7-6 lead. Let's go now. Second quarter, 7:30 left. Denver up 7-6. 3rd and 3 from their own 32-yard line. This is Jordan Love to Jaden Reed for 29 yards. All right. Here's the call. 11 gun, dub nasty, Y flex 1, F shift the bunch out. We're going switch smash, which we've seen this twice on this tape. I think 2 times. It makes chalk talk here. Switch smash. We'll talk about what that means. And then X dig. Again, the play call. 11 gun, dub nasty, Y flex 1, F shift the bunch out. Switch smash, X dig. So again, the F is going to motion over. That's the F shift, which is the F is Jaden Reed. Surprise, surprise, right? He's going to settle in at the number 1 spot out here outside. So essentially what he's going to do is run an out, right? He's going to get out here and just run a little quick out. And then you've got the switch smash concept, where smash is you've got a corner and a curl. So they're going to switch. So what's going to happen is Musgrave's going to go down and run the corner route. I love that they got Musgrave running crossers and corners. I love that, right? And then, of course, underneath, you're going to have Christian Watson sit down. That's a smash concept. Curl, with a corner over top of it. And then, of course, you're attacking over here. It's like a mini flood concept like Emilio was just talking about. And essentially what you're looking to do is it's a high-low read. If you're Jordan, you're looking, okay, probably corner first, come back to the curl, maybe hammer the out in between if you get a side adjustment there. And then, of course, the X is just going to run, what we say, a dig. So the X up here, Dobby, is just going to run a dig coming across. So it's like if you eliminated the curl and the quick out on the left side, you essentially have what we call a not dagger, but what is it, strike concept, where you got a deep route on one side and a dig or a crosser from the other side of the field, right? So you've got a little dagger approach. You could call that F out. You could go F out, Z sit, and then you could call it, like we said, the strike. So you could just mix in strike if you want to. There's a number of different ways that you can call these out. And then, of course, with the T, I think the T might be staying in on this play. I can't remember. It doesn't even matter. He's going to hit Jaden Reed here, but watch everything separate. Look at Christian Watson. Look at the attention he draws. Everybody's got their eyes on number 9. They're like, where's he at? What's he doing? This guy kind of peeking too as he's carrying the corner, right? So everybody is focused here and here. You can see the safety where his eyes are, and there is nobody that goes with Jaden Reed at the bottom. And Jordan does a great job just reading that out, reading technique, catching everything underneath. And, of course, Jaden Reed's going to do what he does. That makes sense?
Yeah, that was Patrick Surtain there peeking, right?
I think so.
One of the best in the biz, trying to make sure they don't get torched by Scoot. And then, it opens it up for Bird, and then Bird doing what he does with the footwork here with the yak. Gotta love it.
Yeah, I will say this about the yak since you brought it up, and Jacob, I'm sure you'll notice it here. Watch how he turns back to his left. That's so hard to do as a receiver. Again, spin back in. Yeah. He's so good at what he does, man.
Especially that close to the boundary like that. One false move and you're out of bounds.
Yeah. Emilio, you seen anything different here, man?
Yeah, I love it. That speed out was kind of what we got Christian on the first play of the game too. Get him in motion, already moving. You get to see what the defense is in with that. Them already being in a coffee house look, double mug. Are they both coming? Who's dropping? And then you're able to sort of make your decision right there. They're still trying to communicate with that motion that came over. It's too late at that point. Speed outs are almost impossible to stop unless you're sitting on a hard flat right there in front of it. Good timing, good rep. That's just a connection with your quarterback receiver. And then on the end zone cam, Chris Brooks picking up that stunt twist inside was killer, man. Saved life right there. 99 is going to all the way around on Sean Ryan's face here, and just what a pickup. Look at him look around, find work, and save your 200 mils right there, and don't let him get hit, man.
You think LaFleur asked Jaden Reed to go out of bounds?
You think he asked him to go out of bounds? Is that what you said, Jacob?
Just watch. I mean, Jaden, I love you, brother, but just come on. We're in a situation here. He's like, screw you. Throws the shoulder.
Yeah, I felt like that last week too, Jacob. It's like, man, can we please just get out of bounds? Like, don't take any hits you don't need to. But that's Bird though. Bird's tougher than the $2.
I was going to say, did you hear him? Or I think it was his interview or something. Maybe it was a clip, but he's like, no, I wanted to go out there and get that first hit off. I needed something. It's been a little bit, and
that's in that new collarbone, right?
Yeah, just see how it's working, right, Tim?
Jeez. Love it. Got to test the screws. Not those kind of screws, Jacob. So here we go. Next play. We're going to go second quarter, 4:29 left. Denver's up 7-6. 3rd and goal at Denver's 14-yard line. This is Jordan Love to Josh Jacobs, 14-yard touchdown, going to give Green Bay a 13-7 lead. Notice the split over here, guys. Look what's going on here. I remember earlier in the year, they lined up in this split. Ball was snapped, and Jordan just pitched it out to Josh Jacobs. So you've got that on tape, and it kind of made me wonder, is that what they're expecting here, right? They're kind of keying in the backfield a little bit. This guy's probably a little more hesitant at going after the quarterback because you had that pitch on tape earlier this year. Matt LaFleur always comes back to this stuff, right? So here's the play call. 11 gun, tray left, switch smash again, right? Y leak, X dig, T fade. The fact that we ran a non-fade with the running back here, I absolutely love. So see if we can break this down. The tray left, you guys know what it means. 3 to the left, one of which is a tight end that's attached. You don't ever mention the number of the tight end, where he's lining up in the position. if he's at the traditional tight end position. If he was out here, then we would say Trey left, Y flex 2, right? Or Trey left, Y flex 1, wherever he's lining up at. But the switch smash, the 1 is going to run the curl. So they're going to kind of, once again, do like we talked about earlier, okay? So the 1 is going to run a curl here, all right? The 2 is going to run a corner route, and that's Jaden Reed going to the corner over here. And then we got the X running the dig, once again, going to kind of clear things out. And you'll notice at the end, Matthew Golden is the X here, playing the dig, right? So, again, remember what we talked about? Think of a world where Romeo Doubs isn't a Packer. I'm telling you, Matthew Golden's going to be your X receiver. That's what I'm seeing more and more every week. This is what we're talking about. So, obviously, Romeo got a play off here. And then, of course, you got the Y-leak fade. So, it's the same concept we had earlier. But remember, earlier you had cheat motion with Jaden Reed running the quick out, right? And then here you've got a little chip and then underneath. So essentially you still got the switch smash with a Y flat out of the leak. And then, of course, the ball is actually going to go to our boy Josh Jacobs. Some will call it a wheel route. To me, it just looks like a non-fade up here in the corner. What a beautiful ball by Jordan Love. This is textbook right here. This is just arm talent. So Jordan going to look left, right? Watch the dig. He's going to pick up the dig right now. He's peeking the dig. He's peeking all this action right here, okay? Notice – they're focused on the middle a little bit more. Josh Jacobs is going to look to create separation. As soon as our boy clears that defender out, Jacobs is gone. Look at Jordan's already delivering the football, man.
Yep.
That is beautiful.
We saw Josh put that left foot in the turf. He's letting that ball fly.
Yeah. It was a heck of a throw and catch, man. Watch it again.
Great route by a running back right here, looking like a wide receiver.
Yeah, the hands is what got me. It's just late hands. Both feet in. Like there's receivers on this team that can't do that, you know?
Yep.
Josh Jacobs is just, I'm telling you, he's irreplaceable. He really is, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but before he came to Green Bay, he had never had a receiving touchdown, right?
That's right.
So
that's correct.
It's like we didn't see this on tape necessarily, at least from freaking
Well, we didn't see him in a Tupac LaFleur offense yet, you know?
Hey, that's
Well,
true.
Jacob, he was saying in his presser, he's like, "No, I've been telling coach that I want that, man. I need that ball. I'm ready to run that route. You get it against Greenlaw, good defender. Come on now."
Dude, that is a perfect ball too.
Pass pro we saw all night too from our O-line on that play.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and the thing is, this was all over the Alabama tape, but when he got to the NFL, they just didn't use Josh Jacobs like that out in Vegas. They didn't throw him the ball much, right? Or at least not around the end zone anyway. So.
And this was where we lost Zach Tom too at the top of the play there. You lost him there. So
that right.
Brutal. You get it. You get 7, but you lose your boy. Man, he got crisscrossed too. His feet got crossed over there, and
looks like a cleat hung up in the turf or something on him.
Yeah, it could have been. And he's listed with a back injury too. Am I thinking right, guys? Is it some kind of back or something? Am I thinking?
Or is it the oblique still?
Yeah, it could be. So, all right, there you go. Now, like I said, Green Bay's up 13-7 now. Let's fast forward second quarter, 3:58. So we're in the middle late. Green Bay's up 13-7, 2nd and 2 at their own 36-yard line. This is Bo Nix to Cortland Sutton for 42 yards. This would lead to a Denver 5-yard touchdown pass, which would make it 14-3 and make the middle eight really interesting there for a second. The play call, I believe, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, tell me if you see it different. I got a nickel 4-2-5. We're going 29 spur, all right? And then we're going to cover 3 match. So a cover 3 match, it's if and then, right? Like a normal cover 3 here, if you're playing cover 3 buzz, then McKinney's just going to sit right here. This guy's deep third spot drop, deep third spot drop, deep third spot drop, right? That's typically what you got there with cover 3 buzz. But notice if and then with match, if the 2 goes vertical beyond 8 yards, it could be whatever, anything beyond 8 yards, this now becomes man coverage. So that's why I think it is cover 3 match. So if that's the case, same thing down here. Keyshawn has got to play this over. He's got to play it top down. You cannot get beat over the top because, again, center field safety, right? If he goes vertical, it becomes man coverage anyway, right? If he doesn't go vertical, your responsibility is to fall off because the one if and then the one goes versus man coverage. If he doesn't, you got to be back here looking for work in the deep third. That's cover 3 match. Watch what Key does. And he learned this from Jair Alexander. Damn it. Watch what happens right here. Going to give him a little, right? And look at him jump it. And just a subtle pump fake, ball game. Just cooked.
Right? You're already beat right there. It's over.
And to me, that's what tells me it's match right there. Does that make sense, Emilio? Do you see that the same way? The fact that McKinney is running with the two there, he's kind of
run it back one more time because it does look like it for sure. Because the only one that was giving me hesitation was Bull. Bull left the inside guy to go to the outside guy at the top of the screen there. But yeah, I think you are probably right just because of how flat he went there. But yeah, X carrying him, he's he knows we're not getting beat over here.
Yeah, and for me, if it is cover 3 match, Bull is not going to carry that 2 regardless.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
If there's a 3, things change, but the 3 is technically the running back. So what it is McKinney would pick up the 2 if and
because Bull's still got to get to his spot over there anyway, and then whoever's in your spot at that point match up at that point. But yeah, you got to carry the vertical threat. Obviously, everything underneath you'd rather have him take. That's why you're upset with Key for biting on that. Dude, at this point, just keep it in front of you for 2 minutes. We're at second down, a 5-yard out. If they get 5 yards, all right, fine. Let's rerun it. But
yeah, I wonder if that's what Key was thinking. Like, did Key think he was running a curl or something? And
he definitely, yeah. But that's the thing, Tim, within this defense, with the cover 3 match, you cannot just assume, oh, that's a curl, I'm jumping it, because there's nothing in your responsibility in cover 3 match when you're on the outside playing a cover 3 sky match, essentially. There's nothing in your responsibility that says jump the underneath. That's what I was saying about Ja. Ja was bad about that. Like, out of hell what the call is. I know what I'm seeing. I'm going after it. And it's all over the tape with Key. Just like it was all over the tape with John, he kept getting cooked last year. So there's going to be teams that are going to continue to do this. Don't be surprised if Ben Johnson throws a pump fake at Key this week. Do not be surprised.
Well, because even on top of that, Clay, what if X didn't carry vertically? That's still Key's responsibility. Key would have to be covering 2 guys right now if X didn't carry vertically. That's the defense. We can't be letting that happen either. Regardless, X is supposed to be at the 40 right now.
Right. So what Emilio is saying is if it is cover 3 match, and again, we're not in the meeting room, but it looks like everything is screaming cover 3 match. If this guy goes vert, right, then obviously it's McKinney. Okay. Well, let's say that this guy does play underneath. Okay. And then the 2 goes vert. What you got is outside leverage essentially becomes double coverage. You let this guy go underneath and then you rally to the football. Right. But if the 2 goes vert here, okay. And again, he didn't go completely vert, right? I guess he did. He kind of threw a little outside move on him right there. It's just everything about it screams you should not jump that route. You just shouldn't. Now, if it's man coverage, that's different. But again, there's nobody else on this defense playing man coverage, right? Like you don't see it anywhere. Again, you've seen Bull leave his post. This looks like man coverage because, again, it's match on the outside, in my opinion. So that's kind of what it looks like to me. And again, without being in the meeting room, this could have been a lock play too, right, Emilio? They could have said, "Hey, Key, you're going to play lock on him." I doubt it. I doubt they said, "Keyshawn, go play lock man," and everybody else play cover 3. What do they call that, Willie or whatever?
Cover 6 Willie, Clay. Cover 6 Willie.
So, yeah.
But on top of that, look at the top of the screen. Honestly, it might have been a blown coverage, Tim. Right? It didn't look pretty. I think they had they probably had 3 guys open on that play.
I thought the same thing, but here's why. Here's the reason I came away from it feeling different. Notice he's got to cover deep third, right? So if this guy does break off, this is now man coverage. So this 2, if he goes deep, that is on Evan Williams.
Right.
Okay, that now becomes match. But watch, he's got his eyes on him right now. So why does he break off and leave him open? Watch when the quarterback releases the ball.
Ball's already out.
Look, right here, ball's already out.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So if Bo's stepping up, sliding, then I bet McKinney. And also McKinney bit on the pump fake a little bit too, right? You can kind of see that. And it's a subtle pump. You'll see it with the end zone cams. Right there, just a little.
Yeah.
You know, people think you got to do the full Brett Favre full motion. No, you can just do a little with your shoulders. They're taught to read your shoulders like that. Read the stripe of your helmet. You'll see it real good right here. Watch Bo Nix. Don't focus on anything but Bo. Right there. See it? That's all it takes. He opens them shoulders up, right? Pump. It's over. Just got to be more disciplined than that on the outside for sure, man.
Yeah, and especially going into this week, right? If Key thought, hey, we have Micah, he's going to get there in time, cool. We just don't have that. We're not Micah now. Not saying we have a problem at D-line. I think we got some dogs down there. It's just you're going to have to maybe cover for another half second, give him a chance to get there, right? We just don't have that 2.4 second sack right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you got now is that was a 42-yard gain, explosive play, triples your chances of scoring on that drive. Denver would go on and have a 5-yard touchdown pass that made it 14-13 Denver. Green Bay would come back down the field, get a field goal. So now Green Bay leads 16-14. So now we fast forward third quarter, 13:59 left. Green Bay's up 16-14, 1st and 10 at Denver's 40-yard line. This is the Josh Jacobs 40-yard touchdown run. You guys are going to love Bo Melton on this play. I'm pretty sure it's Bo right here. You get a little blocky here, man. This is kind of nice seeing Bo out there blocking. So we got 12 ace, nasty, strong right. I think this is just 21 duo. What you're going to see is double teams across the board. I want to say you got a double here and maybe a double here. But again, you've got 2 double teams, and we're going to be looking to go 21, which is A gap left is the aiming point, right?